Hi, and welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making matzo balls for our matzo ball soup. Passover Seder is coming up in the next week or so, and I'm getting ready. This is going to be the first year that we have hosted our Seder in our home since 2019. So we're really excited about having our whole family here. We're planning on having 38 adults and 5 children. So I'm going to need lots of matzo balls. So let's get started. The first ingredient that we're going to use is matzo meal. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I've already measured it out. I'm going to be making so many matzo balls that this is 4 recipes. The original recipe calls for half a cup. So this is 2 cups of matzo meal and 2 teaspoons of salt. The recipe actually calls for 1 teaspoon of salt per half a cup. I think that's too much, so I cut that in half. The next ingredient is oil. I have a half a cup measured out. This is the salt I already measured, and I also used the salt in my water to salt my water, chicken stock, and eggs. So, time to start mixing our ingredients. I'm gonna take my eggs. I have 8 eggs. I figured you knew how to crack an egg by now, and I'm just gonna mix my eggs. So I'm gonna do the wet ingredients first. So the wet ingredients are gonna be the eggs, whole eggs, and a half a cup of oil. I'm using canola. I'll mix that in there too. I'm gonna hang on to that because I'm gonna need that in a minute. And then you add your dry ingredients to your wet. You're just gonna mix them in, and it's gonna get pretty thick. Okay, and the last ingredient is going to be a half a cup of chicken stock. Normally I'm making my chicken soup at the same time that I'm making the matzo balls, but today for this demonstration we're just going to be making the matzo balls. So I'm using organic chicken stock from the carton, and I'm putting in a half a cup. I'm going to mix this together, and you have to be a little bit careful so you don't get it all over the place. Nice and incorporated, and then I'm going to chill this for at least 30 minutes. I made a recipe earlier today so it would be faster for us to do this, and I'm going to pull that one out now and switch it out. So this one's going to go into the refrigerator, and this one's just come out of the refrigerator. So we are ready to start making matzo balls. Some people like very dense, heavy matzo balls. We call those sinkers. Some people like them light and fluffy. We call those floaters. And the way you get a sinker or a floater is by overcrowding your water. This is just a big pot of water that is salted. I just took the regular salt, threw a little in. You're gonna get your spoon wet, take a little ball, roll it in your hands, and toss it in. And you just repeat till you have a top layer, and then you move to your next pot. My first pot is full of matzo balls, and they're starting to boil, and I'm going to move to the second pot and finish with the rest of the matzo ball dough that I have. These are going to now boil for 35 to 40 minutes, just until they're cooked all the way through. So I'll see you back in about 35 minutes. Welcome back. It's been about 35 minutes, and I'm going to check our matzo balls to see if they're ready. You'll notice that the water has evaporated. If it looks like you need to add more water, well, of course, just add more water. So I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to cut it so you can see how the middle looks. If it's still doughy, just put them back in. They're very light and very fluffy, and they're cooked all the way through. I'm going to take a whole one out so you can see what it looks like, side by side. Thanks for coming to Karen's Kitchen. If you'd like to know how to have a Karen's Kitchen on location at your home, reach out to me to find out how. I'll see you next time. Bye. Enjoy.